All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk to you about a company named Sphere 3D. Stock ticker ANY. Sphere 3D had a huge announcement after hours yesterday on April 4th. I want to go through the announcement and see what it was and what effect it may have on the stock going forward. We cover the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. So if that's content you're interested in, or if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, everybody, please smash the like button for us and feel free to drop a comment below. You will also see a link in the pinned comment to our free Discord. There are also upgraded levels in there. We'd love to have you over there. Let's talk about Sphere 3D. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is they were trading at $2.17 today. That left them with a market cap of about $137 million. So this is a small cap company. They made an announcement after hours, and you can see the knee-jerk reaction to this in after hours trading was for the stock to increase 32% after hours. So again, after hours trading can be thin. We want to see what happens this morning, and we want to see what happens as the market opens and the day goes on. But the knee-jerk reaction to this was surprisingly very positive. I'm going to go through the press release, and you guys can decide for yourselves what you think this means for this company going forward. Okay, Sphere 3D Corp and Griffin Digital Mining Inc. move forward after mutual agreement not to proceed with merger. This was a pending merger for several months. You know, it feels like 6 or 8 months now. The stock spiked on the news of this merger. You'll see when we go to the chart, and it has kind of dwindled ever since. I think people have been losing faith that this was going to happen, and there's a lot of other things swirling around in this company. So they made it official today. They are not going to merge. That merger is not happening. The subheadline is the companies plan to continue working on existing strategic initiatives, including the management of Sphere 3D's 6.0 exahash mining fleet, which Sphere 3D expects to be operational by year-end 2022. We're going to get into that 6 exahash mining fleet because that's really important. So although the two will not be merging, they will continue a working relationship going forward. The companies will continue their relationship through the previously disclosed master service agreement, enabling Sphere 3D to leverage Griffin's expertise in Bitcoin mining and Griffin to generate additional operating income through the management of Sphere 3D's mining fleet. Okay, so what is Sphere 3D's mining fleet? The next paragraph goes on to say Sphere 3D's net carbon neutral Bitcoin mining operations continue to grow with 1,000 miners currently operational and the anticipated delivery of 2,000 S19j Pro miners in May of 2022 and an additional 2,000 S19j Pro miners in June of 2022. So that would be a total of 5,000 by the end of June of 2022. So that would be about 0.5 exahash at that point. Deliveries of the remaining 55,000 S19j Pro miners are expected to be received by year-end 2022. As previously announced, Sphere 3D's mining fleet will remain managed by Griffin and primarily co-located with Core Scientific. Okay, now I want to read a quick about Sphere 3D that's at the bottom of this press release, which again came out yesterday. Okay, I'm going to pick it up in the middle. They say Sphere 3D's mining operation currently has 1,000 S19j Pro miners operating, expects delivery of 4,000 more in the second quarter of 2022 and 55,000 additional S19j Pro miners by the end of 2022. Sphere 3D has approximately 6.0 exahash of capacity under contract for deliveries this year. Sphere 3D is dedicated to growing shareholder value while honoring its commitment to strict environmental, social, and governance standards. And it specifically says they are expecting to get to 6.0 exahash by the end of the year, and they are expecting to do so through the acquisition of 60,000 S19j miners. What they do not say anything about in this press release is the 60,000 new miners that they announced they were going to have that was going to bring them up to 32 exahash. There remains a lot of mystery around those other miners. At this point, they are not even mentioned in their press release. So for those of you familiar with the channel, you'll know that I'm highly skeptical of those machines. I came out minutes after they put that press release out in February and voiced some concerns regarding it. So, we still can't say one way or the other, but at this point, they're not even talking about them as they describe their company and their year-end goals. They haven't even mentioned these new miners. So feeling more and more like it's less likely that that's actually going to happen. I want to read an excerpt from their year-end filing with the SEC. This was their financial filing, and in it, they talked about capital expenditures. In July of 2021, we entered into an agreement with BitFuFu, I believe that's how you pronounce that, subsequently amended in September of 2021 for our purchase of digital mining hardware and other equipment. We have committed to purchase 60,000 machines for an aggregate value of $305.7 million through December of 2022. As of December 31st, 2021, we have paid $92 million down payment to BitFuFu for prepayments toward the machines which begin delivery in January of 2022. The down payment and payment of total purchase price are not refundable, save as otherwise mutually agreed by the parties. The remaining $213.7 million is payable over the next 9 months. So this is a little bit of my concern. In addition to whatever is or isn't going on with the other 24 exahash of, if we just take a look at the 6 exahash that they've committed to, they have given a $92 million deposit. So that is a substantial deposit. So they should be receiving a significant amount of machines if all goes as planned. Although you'll see to date, they only have 1,000. Over 95% of this order has not yet been fulfilled. If we go to their year-end balance sheet, you'll see they have cash and cash equivalents of $54 million. They have other current assets of $22 million. I don't know if those are liquid and can be used for payment or if they're prepaid for other purposes. So that's total current assets of $78 million. They have to make payments of $213.7 million between now and the end of the year. So they need to raise a significant amount of money one way or the other. It will not be through mining Bitcoin, because for most of the year, they're not going to have these machines. Certainly not for the next, when I would think most of these payments are going to happen. So it's my guess they're going to have to raise somewhere between $150 and $200 million over the next 6 months. Can they find a source of debt financing, which in this industry has been very difficult to do, not impossible. A few companies are starting to do that. But this is not a company that has a strong balance sheet with a massive holding of Bitcoin or property, plant, and equipment that they can leverage against for debt. They will have to do a stock dilution. And by no means is this unusual for the industry. Basically, every Bitcoin miner has had to go through this. I just want to point out that they still have $213 million to pay. That is significantly more money than they have access to at this time. The stock price was up 32% in after hours yesterday. So if that continues, that would bring this up to more like $180 million market cap. And so it would seem investors at this point are very happy about this separation. Although I will tell you, I will not be buying into this stock. This does clear away some of the cloud of uncertainty that was hanging over the head of this stock. And that is always a good thing. Even though they're not merging, and that was anticipated and built into the stock price, there's clearly been doubt about that for quite some time, and now there is no longer doubt. They are not merging, so typically answers are better than questions in the investment world. So we've taken away an uncertainty. We know the answer to that. What we don't know is how they're going to raise the remaining $213 million in payments due in 2022 to get the 60,000 mining machines that they bought. We also don't know how the delivery schedule is going to go, because remember, a lot of these companies have been late on deliveries. This is always an issue, right? They have 1,000 out of 60,000 machines delivered so far. Even over the next 3 months, they're only going to have 5,000 out of the 60,000 machines delivered, and that's if they stay on schedule. So to me, that is another piece of uncertainty. This whole situation with NewMiner. Now, they only gave NewMiner $10 million in cash deposit. So the exposure there is not huge, but it is a huge question mark as to what size operations they're going to have. They made this giant announcement, and now we don't know if that's going to happen or not. I almost really feel like the same situation, they would be better off pulling off the Band-Aid and saying, we're not getting these machines. Unless, of course, they intend to get them. But if they do, then why are they not even mentioning them anymore in their press releases or in their plans for the remainder of the year? So I'm going to quickly take a look at their chart, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because there's so much uncertainty, and this stock is extremely, extremely volatile. So I'm not even really sure where to go with that, and that is the reason that I am not investing in this right now. So I want to remind everybody, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you not to invest in this. You guys have to weigh the risk reward. This stock has been beaten down severely. Even now, after a nice little run-up, it's still 81% down off of its high from September of 2021. If you believe in their story and you think they're going to get to 6 exahash without massive dilution, then you may feel the potential rewards outweigh the risks. For me, there's too much uncertainty, but I don't want to ignore the fact that this is still down 81%. Now, if these after hours numbers hold, then they'll still be down 76%, even after a big jump if the after hours numbers hold today. This green line is where they closed last night at the end of after hours trading. So from their bottom on March 14th, which was just 3 weeks ago basically, until where they closed after hours today, this stock is up 82% in the last basically 3 or 3.5 weeks. So that's a very big run up. So again, this may be the right investment for you based on your time frame and your risk tolerance, but for me, I'm going to steer clear of this one. So please do your own due diligence and make your own buying decision. That's what's going on with Sphere 3D, stock ticker NE. Thanks so much for watching. And once again, please remember, if you would do us a favor and smash the like button. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.